lordy, there's always so many things to speak about. So I want to speak about what I'm actually doing here, speaking out about my experiences. I want you to understand from the get-go, people, and lose any notion that if you buy my book, then you are doing me a favour. You're not doing me any favours at all. If you buy one of those books, then I'll get returned less than £5, which is a couple of beers. I'm not short of beer. I've got enough beer, or will have enough beer. I've got enough money for enough beer for the rest of my life. I'm always going to be in a situation where I'm going to have enough money for a few beers and live very comfortably, because that's how I've paved my way in this life. I won't have to do anything else ever again, probably except just tweak the system just here and there, a finer tuning. But I'm making these videos, and I've made all these videos for the past 15 years, people, to pass on information, to help people to grow in a psychological and spiritual way. And me speaking about these things, I'm revisiting personal trauma. I'm reliving lots of things which were at the time very, very unpleasant. And I'm not going to be relishing doing that. I have grown spiritually and consciously a great deal. I had an enormous amount of insight and breakthroughs, and consciously, spiritually, I feel very, very accomplished, having been through what I've been through in my life. Now, to speak about my incarceration experience for almost 365 days, I think it was 363 days. It was quite something, people. It was really a big deal. And much of it was exceedingly trying. But having the constitution of a solid person, then I used all of the situations that I was presented with to grow like a mountain, to become more solid, to become more nuanced, to become more enriched. And throughout the whole of my journey, there were many people who got to know me a little bit, who had the greatest of experience. Not a single person ever had a negative experience with me for my one whole year. They used to consider that I had a super intellect. They'd say, talk to the British guy, or talk to Zen. I was known as Zen on account of the amount of meditation I was doing and spiritual readings and all that sort of thing. And many people gravitated to me to tell me their stories, to interpret their dreams, and to psychoanalyze their minds and try to alleviate their pressure. And I had people doing my own yoga class, and I had people learning meditation from me. And I had my daughter sending, some very powerful books. Every single one of them I left for the benefit of the prison. And there was about 30 of these books, which ranged in size from about this to about like that. There were some epic books. And I donated them to the prison, so they would be passed around and passed around and passed around, and people would be learning and benefiting from me being there long after I've gone. And so even when I was in that situation, I was communicating and imparting and pointing people in the right direction and helping them in so many ways. And so many people said to me that they are so glad that they encountered me on their journey. And likewise, I said that to them, because there were some very decent people, and we had some amazing, deep, profound conversations as we laid on our bunks in solitary confinement for days and days and days on end. In the first 4.5 months, I got out and saw the sunshine for 40 minutes, people. 40 minutes. And half of that 4.5 months, we were banged up because they wanted to bang us up and not allow us to come out because it was less work for them. And all they needed was one inmate to contravene one of the rules, and that's it. They'd be locking us down again until we all learnt our lessons. And so I'm going to be speaking about all this different sorts of stuff, and I'm going to be really living it again. And it's all going to be for your benefit. What do you think that I'm going to be getting from it? Except a sore throat, except dedicating a large part of my life for your benefit, and to set the record straight, to enable people to have a deep and rich insight as to what went on, because many of my viewers, you've been with me for many years, and 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when the incident happened, you was all very bewildered as to where I was, what had gone on, and lots of you said, "Oh, saw that coming," or, you know, "I have the greatest of sympathies for Aaron and what he was doing," and this and the other. Yeah, you know, very, very few of my viewers had anything negative to say about me, because you're like, I get it. And so you don't know what went on. Whatever you've heard from the other side, vastly inflated. And so you'll hear about that. But first, you know, the reason why I want you to purchase the book is because there are lots of things that you need to know. Anyone needs to know. Anyone who's on the spiritual journey needs to know that stuff. You know, there's some of the greatest thinking minds that have been on the planet. I've put excerpts in that book because they fit in with our spiritual journey. We encounter things psychologically that philosophers and spiritualists have encountered and written about, you know, hundreds or thousands of years ago. So I include them. I include facets of the greatest psychoanalysts, which enable you to look inside your own mind, to see what's there, to look inside, to find your spirits. There's a myriad of spirits within us all, people. The more complex we are, the more spirits we have. And so I'm making these videos for that. And again, it really is quite shocking, because I'm just looking now at the last video I've put up, with all of those brown people with tattoos all over them. That was 70% of the inmates where I was living. And there's 33 views, 1 comment, and 5 thumbs up. And I'm speaking about all the things that would benefit you. I can't see what's wrong in that. I can't see why you wouldn't be interested and enthralled and happy about that. I can't see why you wouldn't be glad to be listening to the information I'm imparting. And I can't see why you don't want to support the channel and me more, or even a little bit. You know, because if you can't do that, if you can't put a few comments down, wow, I'm really interested in what you're going to be telling us. It sounds fascinating, Aaron. You know, fuck me, must have been terrifying, must have been this, must have been that. You can't think of anything, can you? Isn't that bizarre? That's why I just know I'm not from here. I know that my consciousness, the life I've lived is vastly outside of the consciousness of the vast majority of you. Some of you say that, oh, we're exactly the same and I've done this and I've done that. Well, okay, just try to be a little bit more involved, because what I'm seeing, you know, look, the chances are, people, in all reality, from what I'm seeing, is what's going to happen is that you won't be bothering to buy the book. You don't want to support the channel for whatever reasons you have, some sort of sickness, because what I'm doing everything from the benevolence of my heart. I'm putting my time, my life into giving you the opportunity to learn stuff which will be of great benefit to you. And it's like if I'm standing on the corner giving out £50 notes. People might want to be happy about that, but it appears that you're not. And I'm very intrigued, and I'm somewhat disappointed. Do you want to tell me, people, why you're not? Why you're not eager to, support the channel in a visual way, which helps the algorithms, which helps the channel grow, which reaches more people, which is a benefit to more people. It's not a benefit to me. I don't get a pound or penny or dime or dollar AdSense from my videos. Google won't allow my videos because they deem that they're not befitting, because some of them have bad language, and I speak about things that they can't put money to, they can't extract money out of, so they don't promote them in the algorithms. And so my channel effectively lays dormant, and it's down to you. If you want the channel to raise up a little bit, if you want your fellow man, if you want your friends and family, to receive some of this information, it's down to you to do a little bit of promoting, to pay something forward, to share the channel and things like that. So, if, of course, I don't receive the support, then I won't make the videos, people. And, there's been at least 50 of you over this last, couple of years that have requested that I speak about all those things, because that there's going to be truth, the storytelling is going to be great, and the experiences are going to be profound, and yet you still can't see to supporting the channel. What is it? I think that's the greatest personal reason that I make these videos outside of my cosmic compulsion. It's to try to understand the psyche of you so-called human beings, when it's my estimation that there are very, very few real human beings. There are lots of humanoids, there are lots of pink apes, there are lots of hominids around, and there are lots of very, very low conscious beings. That is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. There's very, very few spirited, high conscious human beings. And that's why when you look on YouTube, you see the same old faces all over the world, because there's very, very few of us. And so, the money that I receive from the book sales so far hasn't even covered the publishing costs. I spent close on £1,000 buying all the relevant publishing costs and buying a refurbished computer, and then paying the publisher, and so I haven't even come close to reaping what I have put into it. I've put that money into that for you. Yes, I've spent my money, my time for you, because I considered that all the things I've been through, as terrifying and exhilarating as they are, some people might find those things interesting and useful. And yet, whenever I speak about these things, there's hardly or next to nothing which gives me an indication that you are gleaning anything, that you're appreciating anything, that you have a confluence with what I have said and what I have experienced. It really is like I'm an alien. And so eventually, when I get on to speaking about my encounter with a grandiose narcissist, one of the most evil characteristics of the human being that you can ever encounter in your life, and this evil entity hunted me, people, for 6 years, absolutely relentlessly, and she told me that I will never not be a part of her life, and she will never not be a part of mine, whether I like it or fucking not. The things I'm going to be speaking about, people, are going to shock you to your fucking core. And there are still some of you out there, you're her fans, and for whatever reason you don't find an affinity with me because you feel like I've demeaned you, you feel that, you know, whatever. Mostly it's because you're jealous, you're stupid and you're envious, because if you could get over your own myopic view of the world and yourself, then you would realise that you are me, I am you, and we are God, and there's nothing really to get fucking upset about, to be quite frank. But I'm going to be open to a lot of flack, particularly when her camp hears what I'm doing. And so it's going to be like someone poking a hornet's nest. There is going to be a lot of buzzing around, and people are going to be endeavouring to sting me in whatever shape or form. But bear in mind this, people, I'm a protected individual. I've been protected all of my life, and I've no idea why, other than it's a cosmic desire. I've been around the world, I've had 4 near-death experiences, I've encountered so many things, and I haven't got a single scar on my face or never received a broken nose from anybody attacking me or for doing any of the things I've been doing. And even when I was shot in this hand here, and I've got 24 4mm lead pellets in here, and my hand is absolutely functional as the West one. It gives me no pain, I don't even know they're in here, because every single shot miraculously is embedded itself in the bone in a place where it's insignificant. And with the near-death experiences, absolutely unscathed, not a single scar, never had a black eye. I've never had a black eye in my life. The only time I've ever had like a broken nose is when I had a motorbike accident. I've never lost a tooth or had a split lip. From all of my world competitive karate tournaments, fighting with the strongest people on the planet, I'm a protected individual. And so any of you that think you can affect me in any shape or form by spitting out your jealousy, your bitterness, your envy, or your misguided foolishness, whatever it is, I will just ask you to abate already, because your comments are not going to get through to the channel. And as soon as I realise what the variety of comment is when it comes through, I'll just delete them. I won't even bother reading them. They mean nothing to me, because I know those comments are coming from demons, you see, and this thing is protected. I've spent 2.5 years in prison and never had a single mark. Nobody has ever attacked me in 2.5 years. And so whatever you think, you know, when we go through life, bad people, bad things happen to them. Nothing bad's ever happened to me. And this whole excursion I had in prison was the most wonderful experience that I've ever had retrospectively. And being tormented and gaslit and abused by this narcissist, this sick narcissist, for 6 years was really quite something. But again, there are things that I needed to learn, so I can then impart the information for more, you see. That's why I was chosen to learn all these things, because I'm articulate and intelligent and I can feed it back to you. And so that's what I'm doing here, people. And if the response remains shocking, then there's going to come a point where I'm going to stop doing it. And I most certainly won't continue with all the wonderful stories about my incarceration. And I'll just write a book about it. And, you know, then you'll be absolutely forced into partying with your precious fucking 20 or 25 pounds, because you'll be desperate to know what's in it. Good God. And, you know, look, some people, they've mentioned that they'll be happy to donate. I don't need no donations, people. I'm not asking you to pay any donations into my PayPal account. I'm asking you to invest in your future, to invest in your spiritual journey. And by doing that, you watch my videos and you read the book. That's your personal investment. Everything that you are doing is for your benefit. It's not for mine. So don't be thinking that you're doing me any favours in any shape or form, because you're not. I live like a king. I'm the cosmos. and I've got everything that I need, and I'm doing this because it's my job, because I came here evidently to do it. And that's why I've lived a very, very incredible life, and I'm a blessed individual. So people, get your fucking heads around that already. How many times do I have to go over and over and over trying to bring about a self-realization in you? If you watch my videos consecutively, ask yourselves, what is it that's drawing you? That is a very powerful thing, isn't it? Because for as belligerent and as demeaning as you may think I am on occasion, very, very few people unsubscribe. And so that tells me a great deal about your need. There's something within you, there's a spirit within you that has a deep and rich attraction to the words I say. And so it's high time that you realise that. And if you're watching through your seething face at the glorious life that I'm living, and you're the sort of person that just loves to hate, and you get off on that, not thumbing up the video, not putting a comment, I'm getting at him, I'm getting at him. What are you really doing? You're just getting at yourself, aren't you? Because it's you that has that poison within you. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to work you guys out, because there's lots of things I don't understand about human beings en masse. They're a very, very exceedingly complex creature. But what I can see on my channel is through my benevolence and my wisdom and my tenacity and my time and my effort and my life force that I'm putting in, there's still an enormous amount of resentment, obviously, which you harbour about that. Is it because you see that I am an enlightened, gifted person? Is that what it is? And you just don't feel that you could give me any more because I already have everything? Yeah? Some things for you to think about, people. My videos have always been things for you to think about, things for you to learn, things for you to gain awareness of, things for you to realise. And yet, if you watch my videos or thumb up or subscribe, you think you're doing that for me. Isn't that bizarre? It's insane, people. It's insane. If I was getting wealthy and driving around in the Maserati and living in a mansion like, you know, certain people are putting up bullshit, stupid fucking videos, then I could say, thank you viewers, oh thank you, you've done well, you've created this, you've created everything. You have created nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. There have been in the past a handful of people who I have very much appreciated when you've done things for me. You've made gestures, big or small, and you've supported me in some shape or form. I have the greatest of respect for that. But they're very, very far and few between. And so, you people, you have to evolve. You really do. You really do have to evolve. And decent, good people would be buying the book and jumping up and down with glee, because you are going to enter into a realm which is going to blow your mind. And it's going to give you so much valuable information, which if you use it and incorporate it into your life, you'll become an exponentially better person. And everybody around you will realise this and benefit from it. And so that's the opportunity you have if you read that book. Are you getting it now, people?